Hello again, part 2 of silly, stupid laws.
Silly laws.
Silly laws. Just silly.
So silly.
So silly.
So if you haven't watched the first video, you're
I'll go to the
missing
first one
few
first, because
laws.
if you live in Georgia, watch the first one.
Yes, you're going to learn
Or
some very
Alaska
important
or
things.
Connecticut. Yes, laws in those
Now
states.
we have Maine.
We know several people in Maine.
Maine is a great place.
Yes.
It's a great
We have family
place.
members in Maine.
You can have whatever license plate you want. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk. So license plates are kind of like the ad for your car, if you can make it whatever you want.
Yeah.
But do you know where you can't? Were you thinking about putting up some
Advertising?
ads? Do you know where you can't put up ads?
You can't advertise where?
Just take a random guess, because it's not going to be right.
Well, it can't be your car, because you can on your car. You can't advertise on the front of your house.
It has to do with corpses.
You can't advertise on dead people?
No, just not on their gravestones or in the graveyard.
You
Yeah. So for some reason,
can't advertise.
you can't advertise in the graveyard
on a gravestone.
on a gravestone in Wells, Maine.
So somebody advertised on a tombstone in that place, and they got upset about it.
Personally, I think you should
And
be
you
able to do
don't.
whatever you want on your tombstone, unless you don't want to take up a chunk of earth. I'd rather be like a tree. Or,
Yeah, we're gonna be roots of trees.
That's such a cool concept.
Yeah, I want to be.
I saw
root
one
of
that
a
had
tree.
like a mushroom thing too. I want to look more
Ooh,
into.
I want to be a microcilium.
So if you were flying in a plane
This
through
is
Maine,
Maine, yeah.
you are not allowed to step out of said plane while it's flying. Hopefully there's no thing on the wing, because you can't go check it out.
You cannot step out of a plane.
Oh, I like this one. No offense to Christmas lovers.
Okay.
I'm a Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Banjama
Yeah.
lover.
Yeah.
I'm not a
We're
huge
not a
Christmas
big
thing.
Christmas person.
So you can't have your decorations up after January 14th. Take them down.
I say that to everybody. Take those. If there's such of a pain in the butt to take down, don't put them up.
Yes.
I get so upset when it's, July and people still have their Christmas stuff up. And putting the lights on.
I
It
just wish
doesn't- it
holidays
does-
would stop.
It's a pet
Yeah.
peeve of mine. You know that.
Yes, I'm very
Yeah.
very aware. If you like to play the violin and enjoyed walking, you can't
Okay.
do both at the same time.
You can't walk and play
You
a violin.
cannot stroll down the street playing a violin.
Where
I would
did-
love to see someone strolling down the street playing a violin.
Yeah, but
That's
if
the
you're
type of thing I
street-
miss from a city.
If you're, yeah, that's what I'm saying. We have street musicians all the time. So if you're doing
Well,
the violin, you have
it doesn't say you're
it's like-
singing. It says you can't stroll. So I wonder if you can sit.
You know what I'm saying? You can't
and play
walk.
it.
It's like basketball. You're what do they call it? Dribbling? When you can't walk with the
Yes,
ball in your
dribbling.
hand, you have to dribble. So you can't violin while you're walking.
Yes.
So it's similar to basketball.
It's the same,
Basketball rules.
almost the same thing. Almost.
My brain, like my pom.
It's also illegal to sell mercury thermometers.
Okay, well I think those are outlawed in most places. I remember as a kid when I was a child, back when the dinosaurs roamed the earth, we had one of the thermometers fell on the ground in the school, and we all had to evacuate because it broke.
So,
We used to play with
you
mercury.
can't ever go to Rockville, Maryland.
I can't?
No.
Oh.
Because you can't curse while driving.
Oh, I could never make it there. I drive through
Yeah,
Maryland.
you can't. It is illegal while driving on any street, lane, or highway there for anyone that's caught cursing or swearing faces.
Swearing
Is
faces?
that just like, I don't even know what that means.
Like that
But,
face
yeah.
is
How they enforce it, very unclear, but it's a $100 fine.
Maryland, sorry for you that live in Maryland, but
Oh, man.
when we used to travel back and forth, that little tiny itty bitty state, they saw an out of state plate pull you over every damn time.
Well, they
Nice
probably
li-
thought you were swearing. You're from Connecticut.
Well, I probably was swearing.
Yeah. You also can't grow thistle anywhere in your yard.
You can't.
Thistle is not allowed to be grown.
Why can't you?
No
grow
thistle.
thistle.
I can't go here either. Not for this one, but for the next one. I don't know a lion, so I wouldn't be bringing a lion to the movie theater, but you're not allowed to do that.
You can't bring a lion
Into the movie theater.
into the movie theater. Can you bring it into the diner instead of a flamingo in Alaska?
And here's why I can't go to
Okay.
Maryland. Because you're not allowed to wear a sleeveless shirt in a public park. Basically, my life is I wear sweatsuits. Sometimes I put cool
Look at
vinyl
cool
on my
vinyl.
sweatsuits, so
Is that
they're
glow
like
in the dark?
fancier.
That's glow in the dark vinyl.
And
too.
then when it's summertime, I'm
glow in the
t-shirts, cut off sleeves, shorts. That's all I ever wear.
So you can't wear a
I
cut-off
can't wear a
shirt
cut off sleeveless shirt.
in a park?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense. In the summer, you're in a park. You gotta.
Maybe there's too many people flexing, and they were
Maybe
tired
they don't.
of it.
Maybe they're against underarm body hair.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to look into some of these. We might have a video explaining how
Someone's
some
got
of
to
this
explain
came
it
to be. Well,
Unbelievable.
well, well. What can't you do in Minnesota?
Minnesota. I like Minnesota.
Well, Minnesota's a boring place, and there's a game sometimes people would like to play. I'm wondering if they're doing it with a watermelon now, although it's a little bit different. You're not legally allowed to grease up your pig and make a slippery swine to chase around your home.
Oh my god.
You can't.
You can't grease a pig.
It was written into law in 1971, and they were like, you know what we're done with? You chasing your greasy pigs.
Around.
I know you're bored.
Oh, you know what
but
that
you
is?
can't chase
That's
your
probably
greasy
that
pig.
game where they try to.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Okay, yeah, that's silly, but yeah.
A lot of people might have an issue with this. It's also illegal in Minnesota to sleep naked.
It's none of their business.
Or, and I mean, again, this is another reason I would have a hard time. You cannot enter the state wearing a chicken or a duck on your head. How? I mean,
Oh,
how can they take that away from me?
I know. She wears chickens and ducks on her head all the time. Just don't go to Minnesota.
You can't. So apparently, anyone with a red car can't drive down Lake Street. No red cars are allowed to drive on Lake Street.
Really?
Eating a hamburger on Sunday is not allowed. And I guess
Wait, go back to. I was still on the red car on Lake Street.
hamburger.
Hamburger?
Yeah, you can't eat hamburgers on Sunday.
You can't eat hamburgers on Sunday?
I'm gonna go there and eat all the hamburgers. on
I'm
Sunday.
saying let's go violate some of these laws.
And then we can go stand somewhere around a public building without having a reason, because that's not allowed.
You can't just stand around a public building.
No, that's actually a lot of places.
That's
like
considered loitering. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It's like jaywalking. It's another one.
That's some very interesting.
Those are nuts. Where are we? We're 7.5 minutes. Are you still on?
No, that was
Minnesota?
that was the end of Minnesota.
So should we stop this at 7 minutes and a half and do another one for the other few? It's your call, girlfriend.
Yeah, let's do because this might be it. Oh wait, we only have 2 left.
There's only 2 left.
Okay, so we'll just do them.
Let's just do this.
So uncut bagels. Bagel capital. What are you?
New York City.
We live there. Well, we don't live there, but we live in the States.
Yeah.
Uncut bagels are normally tax exempt in New York. However, an altered bagel of any kind is then, I guess at this point it was 8 cents, but they have to tax it. So if you
Should be still 8
if you
cents.
cut it, you toast it, you add cream cheese, it suddenly becomes a taxable.
So if you
thing.
go to the bakery, which they have amazing bakeries in the city. Oh my gosh! And the bagels and the pizza, the chocolate cannolis at Conte's in the Bronx are angelic.
I wonder if that's why when people always get bagel, like you just buy a bag of uncut bagels.
Uncut bagels
And
because you
then
don't
you
pay
do it
tax.
yourself. Smart.
But if you have,
I love this because I specifically have done testing on making people uncomfortable in elevators.
Oh.
You're not allowed to talk or look at anyone while riding an elevator.
in New York,
Mm-hmm. And I'm sure if 2 people wanted to be chatting, they could. But you
but
could
that's
say, hey, it's
you're
illegal.
breaking the law.
It's illegal for you to be talking to me right now. If we were in an elevator, I'm going to need you to be quiet.
How about if you got stuck in an elevator? You had to talk to somebody to help you get out.
Well, that's different.
But it's
like you're not allowed. Like if I was being annoyed by you in the elevator, I can say it's illegal.
Oh, maybe because you know why? Because I'm gonna guess that maybe because people are
You're not
hitting
allowed to
on
wear
people.
slippers after 10 p.m.
Oh, that up here, forget about where we are now. People wear pajamas all day long.
Have you ever liked to greet people?
Yeah, isn't that a bad thing? What you're doing?
You can't do it in New York. I hope it's not that bad because I just did it.
You just did it. Sorry. I don't know what it means.
You're not allowed to eat while swimming in the ocean. No eating in the ocean.
Is there even an ocean near us?
Not near us.
But if that's New York,
No part of New York.
well, New York
Like,
City
yeah.
has got the Pacific, yeah, or Atlantic. I always forget which part of the country we are.
Okay, so now let's switch over to Wyoming.
Okay, Wyoming.
Let's see.
Which I've been there, but
Interesting. Okay, so the fact that the state regulation sounds more like country music than law doesn't make it any less real. Buying scraps of any kind of rubber, metal, rags, paper from someone who is under the influence of alcohol is strictly prohibited. So you want to make a sale, you want to go buy this thing, and you show up to, old Joe's house, going to buy your scrap metal. Joe's drunk again. I'll be back tomorrow, Joe.
so you can buy
can't.
it unless if they're drunk.
You can't buy it from them when they're drunk.
Okay, so I
You also can't be drunk in a mine.
in a mine.
A mine, yeah.
Well, yeah.
You can't
You'd have
visit
to get me
between
drunk to
January
get in
and
a mine.
April
Why I can't?
because you're going to probably want to take pictures of rabbits at that time, and you are
I
definitely
always
not
take
allowed
pictures.
to.
You can't take
You
pictures
cannot
of
take
rabbits.
pictures of rabbits between January and April in Wyoming.
Why can't you take a picture of a
Hello?
rabbit?
Um,
These are so ridiculous.
be very careful how you step near a fence, for it is illegal to fall too close to one.
What? I don't know how you're reading this with a straight face. You can't
You
fall
can't
too close.
fall too close to a fence.
What if you tripped over the?
And
Part
you're
of
also
the
not to be a
fence.
woman and stand within 5 feet of a bar while drinking. I wonder if that's like a safety thing for women, like with boop, dropped in there. But yeah, I don't know what that one's about. This falling too close to a fence one's kind of got
falling.
me.
But how,
Can you imagine? You're too close to a fence. You go to take a picture, and then
you're
as
taking
you're
a picture of a
falling,
rabbit?
you accidentally take a picture of a rabbit.
Two
and
fines.
Then you go to work off all the stress of the day, and then you get fined for standing near a bar because you're a woman
On your
and you're
way
drinking
back from trying to buy scraps from a
after
guy who
leaving
was
the
drunk.
mine drunk. Yeah.
Oh, where
Why,
do
oh,
these
dang.
laws come from? They're so funny.
It really is. There's a
Yeah.
lot of I haven't looked into the legal of it, but there's a lot of laws that just exist, and it'd be so much paperwork, so much time and effort, and there's other things that
undo
we could be
them,
worrying
yeah.
on to
Yeah.
undo them.
Yeah, that's what
So
it
I'm
is.
sure if you're somewhere where you're not supposed to have an ice cream cone in your back pocket on a Sunday, a cop's not going to pull you over. Although some of those they still took seriously.
Yeah.
So be careful where you eat chicken if you like to use a
Yeah,
fork and a knife.
ask before you use a fork to use your chicken because
Yeah.
that might be a law elsewhere.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense. But
Those are some
they're
good
silly.
ones.
Oh, we're over
We're
12
good.
and a half minutes. Hey,
We'll see
bye,
you later.
y'all.